Scotland's historic capital, Edinburgh, just 40 miles from Sevens Rugby's place of birth, Melrose, and boasting Murrayfield, the fitting venue for the 8th and final leg of the IRB Sevens World Series, where Sevens comes home. One event to play, South Africa in pole position to land a first ever World Series title. England's win at Twickenham last time out, cutting the lead to 20 points to give them at least a mathematical chance. But the full-time Springboks 7 a single series point away from etching their name forever onto the trophy won 8 times by New Zealand and once by Fiji. Home team Scotland reached new heights at the previous tournament in Twickenham, a first ever semi-final for a squad boasting some of the country's finest talent.
Oh, this is a great move, lovely pass to Gregor, lovely work by the new boy, Alistair Hogg from Edinburgh.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. No, it was a great experience. Everything was new. 3 games in the day, then obviously backing up on the Sunday as well. And it was a great crowd down at Twickenham. Great atmosphere every time England came in. So hopefully we can get the same here.
The loss of one-star wing Tom Evans is a blow, but coach Stephen Gemmell has found another and a more than ample replacement.
I was sitting watching the Sevens on TV over the weekend, thinking how much fun I had when I was doing it and how nice it would be to get involved again. And then thought nothing of it. Then Monday morning, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, Stevie gives me a quick ring and said, "Do you want to come up to represent Scotland at the Murrayfield Sevens?" which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Really pleased.
A second ever win against Fiji was followed at Twickenham by an outstanding victory against Portugal. Andrew Turnbull capping off a superb fight back. In the semi-final, England rose to their home crowd support, leaving the Scots desperate to go one better themselves this week.
Made a lot of quarterfinals, but it took us a wee bit longer to get to that first semi-final. We tried our best to blow it against Portugal in the quarters, but showed a lot of character to come back from 21-0 down to win that. Then the semi-final itself against England, they've obviously got a lot of experience. They've been going well this season. They went on to win the tournament, so we can take a lot of positives from it coming into this weekend. Another chance against England, first up this time on our home patch, so I think we'll be looking to settle a wee score there.
And they started like a house on fire.
Scotland starting sprightly.
Scotland knew they had the numbers. England came in very quickly to try and cut out that overlap. First try is going to come for Scotland. Houston gets the crowd on their feet. Scotland working the ball across, a cheeky one. And it works well. Scotland looking very sharp in the opening stages of this game, and they're going to bang another try in. Laidlaw. It's going to be 14-0, and England are rocking here.
A further score, this time for Sean Lamont, put them 21-0 ahead. But England are fast becoming comeback specialists. 2 quick tries, and then Ben Gollings cutting the lead to 4 points.
England have taken it themselves, taken it quickly, and caught Scotland a little bit flat-footed. And Gollings will be pleased to be able to put this one down right between the uprights, so it will be a 7-pointer and take England to 17. 3.5 minutes left. Scotland 21, England 17. The first game of this heavily contested pool, and Grant will score a vital try. This is Turnbull stepping. There's going to be another try to slam on top of the 28 points that they've scored already. What an opening from Scotland.
Roddy Grant then put them in charge early on against the 6th-ranked Kenyans, but for the second week running in pool play, their blend of power and athleticism proved Scotland's undoing.
Now the chase is on. Bounces kindly. All Kenya have to do is pick it up. Humphrey Kayange, and Kenya have beaten Scotland.
And the Kenyans would blot out England's hopes of making the last 8. Kayange's brother, the season's leading try scorer, doing the damage.
Injera, what a powerful handoff. What an individual score. We shouldn't sound surprised because Collins and Gira does this time and time and time again.
Australia's youngsters were keeping up their steady improvement. Clinton Sills too quick for Portugal to ensure their place in the Cup quarters. But they were still second best against Fiji in the pool decider.
It's superb running, it's so balanced, it's so enjoyable to watch. Rocco cutting Australia almost at will. It's going to be a 7-pointer and Fiji are in the box seat.
Argentina and Wales have had their fair share of battles this season, and the Pumas' prolific captain Santiago Gomez-Cora has been involved throughout. A glorious first half hat-trick put his side in the driving seat, but Wales were back near full strength and beginning to play like World Cup winners.
Oh, hospital pass. It's beautifully taken by Selly and gives his captain the try-scoring pass.
It was Samoa, though, who topped Pool D, feeling the Welsh fire and responding in kind.
Running from their 22, that's an excellent run now over the halfway line. Pessamino just was so composed on the ball.
With a Cup quarter-final enough to guarantee South Africa a first ever World Series, experienced veteran Marius Schoeman was drafted in for his final farewell, and he helped them to easy victories against both the USA and France. New Zealand's victory against the French had rubber-stamped South Africa's success, but the Kiwis had an immediate chance to bite back in their pool decider.
Baker is on hand. No one's going to catch Kurt Baker. It's a 7-pointer and they're right back at South Africa.
But a confident team is a hard one to keep down.
South Africa now coming back hard. They've levelled the scores with the conversion to come.
Captain Zwandile stick with a conversion to win and cap a magnificent season of achievement.
South Africa for the first time are the IRB World Series champions 2009.
I think there's a lot of things, that contributed towards our success. It's not just something that started this season. It started last season, it started over the past 4 years. And the consistency, the contracted squad, and also the base that we've acquired in Stellenbosch in Cape Town. I think all those things, if it adds up, then this is basically the result of all those things.
Early confirmation then of South Africa as series champions, but they did want to finish the season on a high. Australia first up for them in the quarterfinals, Samoa between the Scots and a second successive semi, Wales against Kenya, New Zealand against Fiji. Time now to put your 10-year Sevens knowledge to the test. And the topic this time, tournament venues. How many have there been in the 10 years of the IRB Sevens? Is it A, 15, B, 24, or C, 30? And the answer, the IRB has taken its Sevens World Series to as many as 24 different countries in its first decade. So where has it been? From the hotbed of Northern Hemisphere rugby in Europe, the IRB Sevens World Series has reached the wonders of South Africa and Dubai in the Middle East. As a continent, Asia has hosted the most tournaments over the 10 years. Fiji, the most far-flung destination on the outer tip of Oceania alongside Australia and New Zealand. Sevens has experienced the Vida Latina at 3 colourful South American venues and plenty of sunshine on California's coastline in North America. 10 years, 24 venues and a World Series to rival any other. In the last show, we asked renowned Sevens commentator Nigel Starmer-Smith to share his memories of key players during the last 10 years. This time, we asked him his views on the outstanding teams and games of the past.
Well, New Zealand under Gordon Titchens have really set the standard over the years. 8 of 9 overall titles, but nothing I think will exceed their achievement in winning 7 tournaments in a row. Summed up for me by a fantastic victory in their home, in the Cake Tin in Wellington, and the try to clinch it by Victor Vito. They always called it their second home. They were always wonderfully supported there, and it's appropriate that it was Hong Kong that made England's breakthrough 2002. And what was remarkable was that, having never won a tournament up until that time, they then proceeded to win in Hong Kong 4 years in a row. It was fantastic.
This to win it. It goes through the post. The whistle has gone. England, champions of Hong Kong for the 4th time.
Samoa, they made their big breakthrough in 2007 in Wellington. A heroic day for Uali Mai's team. One of the most remarkable wins was one that came out of the blue. Stade Jean Bouin, 2005. France triumphant. Argentina made their breakthrough. It was in Los Angeles, 2004. The celebrations, well, I think they went on for a week. One of the most exciting things about the IRB Sevens in recent years has been the breakthrough of teams, emerging countries. And I think Kenya, in a sense, represent that perfectly. Of course, the big breakthrough really came with their victory over England in Adelaide. And since then, well, it's been a magical journey.
A wonderful moment in the history of Kenyan rugby. They are through to their first final of all time.
You talk about the glorious uncertainties of modern-day sevens, and we've had them along the way, increasingly so. But perhaps most of all, I would think of the Cook Islands beating England, and just the sort of thing you never could believe it would happen. But that's Sevens rugby for you. A famous, famous triumph for the mighty men of the little Cook Islands.
Welcome back to Edinburgh and the sweltering heat of Murrayfield. Day 2, and first up for the new World Series champions South Africa, another Tri-Nations superpower on the rise, Australia.
So that's a very clever kick and a beautiful take here, and a chance to cut back inside, and it's that man again, Clinton Sills. He's a real pace man. He's actually a sprinter, an athletic sprinter. Almost caught, but got away. Super try. Brilliant from the 20-year-old university student. Here they go. Tap penalty. This is Dezal. That's lovely work again up the middle, and beautiful offload. There's no counter to that. Brilliantly done.
Samoa had shown up strongly on day 1 and picked up where they left off against Scotland. Captain Uali Mai with their first try. He also had more than a handful in their second as they extended their lead.
A little bit of wind today that we didn't have yesterday. As Samoa come away again, no one will catch Faso live up underneath the H.
The Scots struggling 14-0 down at half-time, the crowd demanding more and getting it.
Scotland on the attack, Colin Gregor. He went right, then he went left. Samoa are very much up for this try, but Scotland have broken through. It's Houston. Now, numbers out here. Gregor, big hit. He's got the ball away, crucially though. 3 on 2. Shaw. Crowd going wild. Here's Shaw. He's got men into pot. It's Ali Hogg. That's a brilliant tackle.
There's men over in Scotland can win this ball.
Colin Gregor. There is Scotland. It's John Houston again. That's what it means to Stevie Gevan and his side. They are through to the semi-final of the cup competition.
The series' top try scorer Collins Injera was back in scorching form as Kenya took on Wales.
Oh, what a strong handoff, and Wales are struggling a little bit here. Absolute class from Injera. Shows what a fine player he is in defence and also in attack. He is fast becoming one of the great players of the modern day game.
But with a clutch of their World Cup winners back, the Welsh more than a match for the African side.
And the try does come now. Tom Isaacs.
Berenike Goneva was again the catalyst as Fiji built an early lead against New Zealand.
Goneva again, he's really been the captain's example throughout this season. He's played every game and he's going again. The terrific pace for such a big man. There's the support wide and into the hands of Tuai. Fabulous. Trying to get a line abreast. This is Goneva again on the switch. Kolonisau gets away, but clung to great support. But look at the offload. Goneva in support. This is classic sevens play.
Semi-final time, and Scotland met with rapturous applause as they prepared to face South Africa. The hosts clearly inspired by the prospect of a first ever cup final.
Here comes Scotland, and the try for Lamont. Perfect start.
Buyo Zankwa reached out for South Africa's opener, and they then seized the initiative.
The switch from Brown, trying to stretch Scotland every which way. Dazelle through the middle, always elusive, beautifully done. One more little skip step and the acceleration. That breaks the mould, it's 12-7.
Scotland trailing by a score at half-time, and again they responded with some classic sevens rugby.
Lamont on the switch. Oh, nicely weighted pass from Laidlaw. Lamont's round the post and scores. Goes wide from Laidlaw. This is good running, Colin Shaw. Shaw needed a quick offload there, had split second in which to do it, but they still got it. And they come again, Lamont. Oh, beautifully done. And the try is for Greg Laidlaw. Superb sevens from Scotland. All at full tilt. We're down to 1 minute 15 seconds. Scotland lead by 7. The kick through by Powell. It's a clever ball and Benjamin's there. Stick with the kick. What a responsibility here with 40 seconds to go. It's 21-19 to Scotland. This to level it, maybe force extra time. He struck it well. He's got it. That's sensational. Danger time for Scotland here. Mbiozo will try and drive to the line. Still short. Desperate Scotland defence, but danger time. 4-3 out wide. Gio Aplon cuts back himself. Still held. Gets away. Aplon scores the winner. Heartbreak for Scotland. Celebration for the Springboks.
Who would face the Boks in the final? Wales enjoyed a glut of possession early on against Fiji before they, as so often, turned defence into scintillating attack. A breakaway to put them on the road to victory.
Kodobalavu will get the first try for Fiji. They've had to absorb a lot of pressure from Wales in the first couple of minutes, but they kept their discipline. Rocco, quick and stepping, and there's going to be a Fijian score here. Yes, nobody even lays a finger on it. Superb running.
There were 2 consolation scores for the Welsh. Too little, too late. Fiji through to the final, where victory would also take them above England to 2nd place in the series. In the other finals, Canada and the USA contested the Shield for a 2nd week running. Mark Barnard set the Eagles on their way to gain revenge for the Twickenham loss. In the bowl final, England delivered against France. Giant wing Uche Adoza, a constant menace. 2 series points for Ben Ryan's men. And the plate final offered a third local derby. New Zealand's young blood too good for Australia as they both look to build towards next season. And so to the cup final, where South Africa were looking to seal their maiden World Series title with victory at the last tournament of the season. Fiji, though, had already been showing the kind of form that won them the Hong Kong title, and they started the brighter.
Touch, pause, engage.
What a final this is. Pathango breaking through. Can he control it?
Yes.
Pathango used all his experience here. His ball was bubbling around. He didn't try and gather it. He just put foot on the ball, went for the kick chase.
Penalty advantage.
And it's Dezel
Advantage
to
over.
Zanqua. Zanqua clever, acceleration too down the outside. He's got one man to beat. It's Pathango who slips, but the great cover back from Pio Tuai, the big forward. Tremendous, but here they come again. Dezel must be surely a try here. Eventually, Benjamin to score it. Fantastic support play, brilliant defence, but in the end, unrelenting pressure. Koloni Sao, and again they stretch South Africa. Emosi Pathango, he's seen he's got three men to his right, must score surely in the corner at least. Tuai, bit, well, talk about casual. He just sauntered his way home. Double hit by South Africa. They need the turnover, they haven't got it. Morocco, three men wide again. Surely in the corner once more. Who's on the wide outside? Koloni Sao with the extra pace to scamper home. Try given.
Veroniki Goneva scored Fiji's fourth, but with no conversions. Crucially, they were only 13 points ahead.
Fight. Touch, pause, engage.
Is there a comeback in this South African side? Zanqua to Aplon, look at the speed through, carving through, slicing through like a knife through butter, as they say.
He's not the biggest of man, but he just accelerates, attacks the inside shoulder of the Fijian defender and gets over for the score.
Release.
Skuman, Dezel, Zanqua, return pass. Oh, it's a lovely break by Dezel. He's done this a few times this season. Cuts inside Pathango, and he's going to go the whole way himself, and this will get them within striking distance now of Fiji.
Zanqua's two-pointer bringing the Boks to within a single point as they pressed for victory.
Oh my word, penalty here to Fiji. This could be the moment because there's only 3 seconds on the clock. And Fiji have denied South Africa that final accolade of the season, which was the Emirates Airline Edinburgh Sevens.
Back home, they'll be celebrating now. And, you know, these guys, you know, this game and, you know, played an outstanding game, really. And, you know, as new South Africa was going to come back, but, you know, we held on to it and, you know, we just lucky to get through.
The Edinburgh title, Fiji's for the first time. They finished second in the World Series. And on an evening of trophies, England captain Ollie Phillips was named IRB Sevens Player of the Year, and Collins Injera confirmed as the season's top try scorer. But without question, the team of the year, South Africa. World number 1 in sevens, the first country to unite the Webb Ellis Cup and the World Series trophy. We'll leave you with the pick of their moments this year and look forward to another thrilling season of the IRB Sevens World Series.
What a finish! One Dealey stick not only kicked the conversion, he's kicked the greatest drop goal in the history of IRB Sevens rugby. What a dramatic finale. There it is, it's all over. Delport kicks it over the stand, the celebrations begin. South Africa have won their home tournament. They have won 2 in a row for the first time ever. Absolutely superb skills. Look at that pick up by Zanqua. It's a triumph for the second year in a row here in Adelaide. They have done it again, and no one can deny it. They did anything but deserve it. IRB Sevens World Series champions, 2008-2009.